Who is Zak Brown's favorite driver, Lando the Golden Boy, or Piastri, the future champion? Zak Brown has never hidden his affection for Lando Norris. Since joining McLaren, Lando has been treated as the team's golden boy, the driver around whom the future would be built.
Lights away! And the Grand Prix is underway. A good launch off the line for Lando Norris. Sees him chop across Charles Leclerc, but Charles Leclerc got a great amount of momentum, but was blocked. Oscar Piastri roars around the outside and takes second position.
But 2025 has changed the storyline. Oscar Piastri, the calm Australian, is not only challenging Lando, but leading the title fight by a slim margin. Suddenly, Zak's loyalty is being tested like never before. Zak Brown's loyalty to Lando, the longtime golden boy. From the moment Lando Norris entered Formula One with McLaren, Zak Brown has been his loudest supporter. Lando wasn't just a fast driver, he was also charismatic, popular with fans, and a marketer's dream. Brown often referred to him as the face of the team, someone he wanted to keep in papaya colors for the long haul. And to be fair, Lando has delivered. He has matured from a promising youngster into a race-winning contender. In 2025, he has stacked up multiple victories from Australia to Monaco, proving that he can convert poles into wins. Brown has also defended him when critics suggested he lacked the killer instinct, insisting that Lando is evolving into a complete driver. For McLaren, having such a relatable, yet fierce competitor has made Norris a cornerstone. Zak knows he sells the brand, draws fans, and keeps morale high within the garage. In many ways, Lando was untouchable until Oscar Piastri arrived and refused to play the role of supporting actor. That's why the tension this season feels different. Zak's favorite is still Lando, but cracks in that loyalty are showing. Enter Oscar Piastri, the rookie who refuses to be a sidekick. Oscar Piastri's second season has been nothing short of remarkable. Calm, calculated, and precise, the young Australian has emerged as one of the most consistent drivers on the grid. What makes him stand out is not just raw pace, but his ability to adapt and deliver under pressure. In 2025, he has already secured 6 victories, including dominant performances on tracks that typically expose weaknesses in less experienced drivers. Even more impressive is his consistency. Piastri is the only driver this season to have scored points in every race. That steadiness has allowed him to lead the championship standings, even as Norris mounts his own charge. While Zak Brown initially brought Oscar in to complement Lando, it's clear he didn't anticipate just how competitive the partnership would become. Instead of playing the loyal number 2, Piastri has shown he can take the fight to anyone, including the golden boy of McLaren. This shift puts Brown in a fascinating position. He loves Lando's star power, but he cannot ignore the cold efficiency of Oscar. For McLaren, it's no longer about one future champion, it's about managing 2. Head-to-head, Norris versus Piastri in 2025 so far. If Zak Brown ever hoped for harmony, 2025 has blown that dream apart. After 14 races, the fight between Norris and Piastri is almost too close to call. Piastri holds a narrow 9-point lead with 6 victories to his name. Norris, however, has fought back with the late-season brilliance, winning 3 of the last 4 races, including an electrifying Hungarian Grand Prix, where he seized the lead in the penultimate lap. Their duel has become the defining story of McLaren's season. Statistically, Oscar's more consistent. He's scored in every race, while Lando's DNF in Canada cost him crucial points. Yet Lando has shown flashes of being unbeatable when everything clicks, especially on iconic tracks like Monaco. The head-to-head numbers underline just how evenly matched they are. Qualifying battles often separated by tenths, races decided by strategy calls, and podiums split almost evenly. For Zak Brown, this is a blessing and a curse. He has 2 championship contenders under one roof, but he must balance loyalty with results. Does he stick with his golden boy, or acknowledge that Oscar might just be the better bet for the title? That's the dilemma everyone sees playing out. Why Zak still publicly protects Lando? Zak Brown knows the business side of Formula One, as well as the racing side, and that's why his public loyalty to Lando Norris makes perfect sense. Lando isn't just McLaren's star driver, he's also a global brand. His personality, humor, and fan engagement have made him one of the most marketable figures on the grid. For sponsors, having Norris as the poster boy is gold. Brown has often praised him openly, highlighting his leadership role and the fact that he has stuck with McLaren through difficult years. This loyalty has strengthened their bond, making Lando the emotional center of the team. Even now, with Piastri winning more races, Brown continues to shield Lando from harsh criticism, pointing out his victories and calling him one of the most complete drivers in the sport. It's no secret Zak sees him as the driver who embodies McLaren's identity. Publicly, it would be risky for Brown to let the world think his faith is wavering. That's why, even as Oscar climbs higher, Zak doubles down on defending Norris. It's not just favoritism, it's strategy, keeping sponsors, fans, and the team's image aligned around their golden boy. Is Piastri quietly becoming Zak's favorite? While Zak Brown may keep praising Lando in front of the cameras, his subtle remarks about Oscar Piastri reveal a growing admiration. Brown has called him championship-worthy, pointed out his technical feedback, and celebrated his calm, methodical approach to racing. These aren't throwaway compliments. They're the kind of praise that suggests Zak sees Oscar as more than just a number 2 driver. The truth is that Piastri's consistency has been impossible to ignore. Every time Lando stumbles, Oscar's right there to capitalize, scoring points, finishing on the podium, and keeping the team in the championship fight. Zak is a pragmatic operator. He knows results are what matter, and Oscar is delivering them. If Piastri continues to lead the title race into the later stages of the season, Brown may be forced to subtly shift his support, even if he won't say it outright. Behind the scenes, you get the sense Zak admires Oscar's no-nonsense professionalism, his ability to stay calm under pressure, and his lack of drama. In a sport full of egos, that's a powerful asset. Lando may be the golden boy, but Oscar is starting to look like the one Brown trusts to bring home the title. The danger for Lando, being outshone in his own team. For years, Lando Norris had the luxury of being the undisputed leader at McLaren. He was the young star, the fan favorite, and the driver who carried the team's hopes. But Oscar Piastri's rise threatens that position in a way Lando has never experienced before. This season, Lando finds himself not just fighting rivals like Verstappen or Leclerc, but his own teammate. If Oscar continues to outperform him, the risk is that Norris loses his psychological edge inside the team. F1 history is full of examples. Rosberg versus Hamilton, Ricciardo versus Verstappen, where a teammate battle reshaped their careers. For Lando, being outshone could mean no longer being McLaren's unquestioned leader, and that could sting. He's the driver who stuck with the team through tough times, waiting for this competitive car, only to now face the threat of being overshadowed just as success arrived. Zak Brown may keep reassuring him, but deep down, Lando must know that results speak louder than loyalty. If Piastri ends the year ahead, McLaren's future dynamic could tilt in Oscar's favor, and Norris will need to fight harder than ever to keep his golden boy status intact. McLaren's future, one leader, or let them fight. Zak Brown insists McLaren won't play favorites, saying both drivers will get equal chances, but equal treatment isn't always sustainable when 2 teammates are fighting for the same championship. History shows us how quickly things can sour. Hamilton and Rosberg started as equals, until Mercedes had to deal with fireworks. McLaren faces the same dilemma. If Brown truly lets them sort it out on track, the risk is losing control of the garage when tensions peak. Yet stepping in too firmly could alienate one driver. The future of McLaren hinges on how Zak manages this balance. Do they crown a clear leader or gamble on harmony in a high-stakes title fight? Final verdict. Lando's spotlight, Oscar's momentum. Right now, Zak Brown is caught in a tug-of-war between loyalty and results. Lando remains the face of McLaren, the fan favorite, the driver who embodies the team's journey from midfield struggle to contender. But Oscar Piastri is forcing his way into that spotlight, with ruthless consistency and calm execution. Zak may adore Lando, but it's Oscar who currently looks like the sharper title weapon. That doesn't mean Zak will abandon his golden boy. He'll keep protecting him publicly. Yet behind the scenes, it's becoming clear. Piastri has momentum, and Brown knows championships aren't won by sentiment. They're won by the driver who delivers every weekend. Zak Brown's heart may still belong to Lando Norris, but his head is starting to recognize Oscar Piastri as the more reliable title challenger. This battle isn't just about points, it's about identity. McLaren's golden boy is no longer untouchable. As the season unfolds, one truth grows sharper. Zak's loyalty will be tested every race. Who will he stand by when it matters most? Stick around. This rivalry is only just heating up. Don't forget to subscribe for more F1 deep dives.